With her wicked spikes and splashy war paint, the spiny spider is one prickly customer.
These spines are really effective. If you touch them, they're really hard and sharp. These are tough, strong little spiders.
At her rear, enormous twin spikes, black-tipped and hardened, form a vicious V shape. On her back, multiple spikes sprout like devil's horns. For a web dweller, they're the perfect defensive weapons for warding off aerial attackers.
Imagine if you're a bird and you go in, you attack a spider, grab it, and the spines hit the roof of your mouth. This is an anti-predator defense against birds and other mammals with soft palates.
The spiny spider is an orb weaver who stays at home to hunt in a circular web just a few feet off the ground. A trapped horsefly poses no problems for this predator, except maybe for some short-term dizziness.
It's struggling very strongly, kicking and shaking and trying to get out of the web. But the spider is a tough little devil, and what she does is she'll dart in, bite it, and start wrapping the prey up.
Large chelicerae and fangs don't just inject venom. They're serious weapons, able to crush and mangle. Not far from that scene of carnage, another assassin hides out in the open.
The crab spider is a master of subterfuge. Her entire strategy is to be like wallpaper, to blend into the background.
Mottled markings and a gnarled body make the crab spider all but invisible to other bugs. This well-disguised warmonger wastes no energy, remaining motionless until the right moment.
That's a classic crab spider ambush, just sitting motionless, not moving a muscle, until the prey is in range and then grabbing in the one and only movement.
The crab spider and her spiky neighbor might never cross paths. But today, the spiny spider has decided to start demolishing her own web.
At dawn, they start putting up their web, and at dusk, they'll take their web down. And this is largely to replace the glue.
The unwanted web won't go to waste. She devours it, strand by silken strand.
They eat the silk, digest it, and are able to recycle the proteins. 80% get recycled and reused in the next web.
But until she builds a new web, she's exposed and vulnerable. What happens when she runs into a cleverly concealed executioner? In the undergrowth, a spiny spider searches for a suitable spot to build a new web, unaware that a crab spider is waiting on a chance to strike. The spiny spider has large chelicerae and long fangs that crush. The crab spider has powerful front legs for grabbing prey and fangs for dispensing lethal venom. Which spider will reign supreme? Separated from her silk fortress, practically blind, the spiny spider is at her weakest.
She's not picking up all the vibrations from her web that give her an enormous amount of information.
But the crab spider is perfectly positioned. Camouflaged against the branch, waiting for a victim to walk into her trap.
That's the power of sitting still in the bug world. While the other animals aren't noticing you, you're conserving your strength in order to be able to kill them.
The spiny spider walks straight into an ambush.
This crab spider is the master of the ultimate fighting leg lock, and the spiny spider certainly has plenty for her to grab onto.
The crab spider's muscular forelegs wrap around those huge rear spikes. The spiny spider struggles to break free as her enemy probes for a kill shot.
Her exoskeleton is really very hard and hard to break through. She isn't easy to bite in the right place.
Finally, the tiny daggers puncture the outer shell. Venom starts to flow. At the other end, the spiny spider's own fangs, normally such vicious and effective weapons, stab blindly.
The crab spider's venom normally takes prey down reasonably quickly, but the spiny spider is certainly hanging on much longer than usual. The crab spider, however, is more than strong enough to keep a hold until it pumps enough venom in to kill the spiny spider.
If she'd been in her web, she could have taken down that crab spider. But outside of her web, she was really in a bad situation.
Even before the spiny spider succumbs, her attacker starts to feast. Slowly, methodically, the spiny spider has the life sucked out of her. In the battle of the leaping assassins, the long-jawed jumping spider is armed to the teeth.
The long-jawed jumping spider is in many regards a fairly typical jumping spider. But what makes these spiders unusual is that they've got these incredibly long, thick chelicera with long fangs that are almost half its body length.
Some spider fangs are barely visible. Not these.
These have the potential to be really good weapons.
That's bad news for all kinds of prey. Not only that, but you can't sneak past a killer whose eyes are everywhere.
Jumping spiders have incredible vision. They've moved a number of the eyes back on their carapace so that effectively jumping spiders have 360-degree vision.
Those two huge eyes, front and center, sense contrast, colors, even ultraviolet light. While the other 6 eyes keep a lookout for lunch in their own way.
The eyes on the side are doing something very different. These eyes are exquisitely attuned to motion. And so they've got this combination of contrast and motion, which makes them highly effective eyes.
And the tiniest motion draws their attention. This smaller spider is already a marked bug. But the long-jawed jumping spider needs all of its visual acuity to make the kill.
If you're jumping long distances, you need to have good depth perception so you actually land on your prey and effectively catch it.
Death comes in an instant as those elongated fangs skewer the prey. With brains and brawn, the long-jawed jumping spider is more than a match for most bugs its size. But how will it fare when its opponent shares exactly the same talents?
Now, the issue here is that we've got jumping spider against jumping spider.
The green jumping spider has all the skills and all the smarts of the long jaw. In the eyes of some, she's also the supermodel of the spider world.
That green jumping spider is absolutely gorgeous and big.
In the minuscule world of jumping spiders, big is a relative term. The body is compact and the legs short. The perfect build for a spider that leaps onto its prey.
When it comes to jumping, these guys are in a class of their own. They can launch themselves an amazing 20 times their own body length. Astounding.
And if that long jump happens to miss the mark, she has a safety line.
Every so often, she'll touch her spinnerets to whatever surface she's walking across and attach a safety line, just like a rock climber. That way, if she jumps and misses or falls short, she can haul herself right back out.
More often than not, the jump is a winner. This time, the prey is a fly. Also renowned for its speed and its wide field of vision. The green jumping spider measures the distance. The key to the kill is securing the victim as quickly as possible.
The two front pair of legs are quite well developed, and they have these large spine-like hairs on them. It's like nature gave them a cute little face, but then gave them these mean legs to give a little bit of street cred.
When you encounter spider beauty like this, you can guarantee the outcome won't be pretty.
Both of them have same capabilities, except the long-jawed spider has much, much longer fangs than the other spider. On the other hand, the green jumping spider has size and power to its advantage. So in this case, it really is who has the element of surprise.
When two species of jumping spider target each other, it's anyone's guess as to which one will lose and which one will live to leap again.
It's a close match. The long jaw might have bigger fangs, but, you know, size isn't everything.
Then again, sheer body bulk might win the day.
Both the spiders have fairly similar intellectual and visual capabilities, but one has a huge size advantage.
And for what it's worth, the bigger green gorgeous assassin is a female, while the long jaw is a male. It's a battle of the species and the sexes, as the two jumping spiders get too close for comfort. The first one who sinks the fangs in wins.
Jumping spider venom is really quite potent, very, very fast acting.
The larger green jumping spider makes the first move. It's a Mexican standoff. Who will blink first? The long jaw plays safe, but the green beauty isn't giving up.
The key in this entire battle is whoever catches the other spider first is going to win.
She stalks her opponent. And scores a direct hit. Her fangs might be small, but they drip with deadly venom.
These guys have a really fast-acting venom. The long jaw's legs have already started to curl up. A sure sign it's about to pass its use-by date.
As the long jaw discovered to his dismay, the supermodel is more than just a pretty face. Looks can kill. If the army ants are ferocious foot soldiers, then this creature must be straight from the tank division.
This is a Costa Rican land crab. And although he has to return to the sea to reproduce, he and his relatives can be found as far as 10 miles from the coast and even 1,500 feet above sea level. Now that's what I call a well-traveled species.
Well-traveled and well-protected. The crab's body and spiked legs are covered by a suit of armor made from chitin fibers, as flexible as human-made plastic, but reinforced with rock-hard mineral crystals.
This is a tough little creature. He's got 8 walking legs with sharp, hardened tips, a heavily armored body that's really difficult to penetrate, and a set of pinchers that can really inflict some damage on a pesky predator.
Massive, bulging pincers are a surefire deterrent to would-be predators.
The claws are used for digging, as well as manipulating food and tearing it apart. The mouth parts are very adept at cutting, but they're not used as a weapon. That's left to the pinchers and the spiky feet.
When the rainforest crab ventures into enemy territory, hardened killers beat a hasty retreat, not willing to risk a run-in with those crushing claws. This foray in the leaf litter will put it in the path of an oncoming storm. The army ant swarm. But what happens when the tank on legs clashes with a rampaging infantry regiment? A hungry rainforest crab prowls for food in the leaf litter. Not far away, a ravenous tide of army ants is on the warpath. The army ants attack with savage mandibles and stings full of paralyzing toxins. The rainforest crab relies on heavy-duty armor and massive claws. Who will emerge victorious?
Army ants really don't care how big the prey is. They're basically willing to take anything that they can bring down. And this is because they have an awful lot of hungry mouths to feed back at the colony.
When the ants make contact, the crab's first instinct is to cut and run.
Seeing a swarm of army ants approach must be a terrifying sight. He'd be feeling like he's surrounded by a horde of serial killers armed with machetes and dart guns.
The crab's getaway isn't quick enough. More warriors enter the combat, biting the crab's exposed eyes, looking for a way past the armor to the sweet flesh beneath.
Once these army ants have breached the shell, they're able to open this crab up and get the meat out.
Overturned and overrun, the crab claws at its attackers. But against such small enemies, those huge pincers are clumsy and ineffective. The army ants concentrate on joints in the crab's shell. The tiny gaps between armor plates are wide enough for probing stings and cutting mandibles.
This isn't just a bunch of itches that can be scratched. It's bite after bite, sting after sting, just hammering away and draining the crab's life force.
Toxins flood the crab's body, shutting it down. As the crab takes its last breaths, the ants start to dismantle their fallen foe.
When you're attacked by an army as fierce as this, there's no such thing as impenetrable armor. They just keep attacking until there's nothing left to do but just give up and die.
In the callous bug world, it's always an eye for an eye. To the victor go the spoils, and the vanquished becomes a shell of its former self. Speeding through the undergrowth, its body ablaze with all the colors of the sunset, the sunburst raspy cricket is not afraid to draw attention to itself. But the happy hues aren't matched by a sunny disposition. This robust bug has a mean streak a mile wide.
Attack is always his first choice, and he does it with reckless abandonment. Looking for food? Attack. Feeling threatened? Attack. In fact, his answer to everything is attack.
This bug is built to attack. Whip-like antennae, many times his own body length, are long-range prey finders. Muscular hind legs deliver powerhouse kicks. Front legs lined with thorny spines hold victims in a death grip, while terrifying serrated mandibles tear and dismember.
The huge head isn't full of brains, it's full of muscle. And they provide enough power for the mandibles to cut through even the toughest arthropod exoskeleton. He's the complete package, really. He can run and climb, jump and fly, bite, kick, and spike as well, and that's only when he's in a good mood.
During the day, the sunburst raspy cricket finds a suitable leaf and builds himself a hideout, held together with his own silk spit.
Believe it or not, raspy crickets can secrete silk from glands in their mouth. And what he's doing is using it to construct a little retreat that he can hide in during the day. When he squeezes into this snug little cocoon, he'll pull his antennae in and curl them up next to the body. And he'll just sit out the day contemplating his next big kill.
Nightfall is his cue to come out of hiding and embark on a killing spree.
His appetite is almost never ending. He won't stop until he's fully gorged himself, which transforms this hyperactive and agile creature into a bloated one returning home on half power.
This cricket finds his way back thanks to unusual navigation equipment. Simple eyes on his head serve as super-sensitive light receptors.
They're called ocelli, and they're effective at picking up faint light emissions, even from the stars above. It's thought that, along with the pheromone trails, this is what allows a raspy cricket to venture far distances afield and still find his way home.
The sunburst raspy cricket is an old pro at hunting. But there's a new kid on the block. A young leaf-tailed mantis, still wet behind the wings, munches on a moth.
Now, he's actually kind of immature, not very well developed. However, his hunting skills are just fine.
With his bright green coloring and leaf-shaped abdomen, this young buck is already a camouflage expert.
Mantises sit for hours in one place waiting for the perfect opportunity. But when that opportunity arises, they go for it fast.
Two false eyes on the inside of the forearms are a neat defensive trick.
When the mantid is feeling defensive, it'll open up its forearms and show these amazing eye spots. It startles potential predators so that they think they might be facing a much larger foe.
But it's the hardened spines that are truly terrifying. Those long raptorial forelegs snatch prey, pinning it down, while razor-sharp mouthparts tear it to pieces. A wandering brown cricket gets no warning. But it's the cricket's lucky day. The brash young mantid has missed his mark and has to settle for a drumstick.
It looks like this young guy has quite a bit of work to hone his hunting skills. But if he survives, he'll have plenty of time to hone that accuracy.
In fact, he'll get another chance very soon. Across our planet, there are more than 6,000 species of katydid. Not all of them see eye to eye. The candy cane katydid isn't known for its sweet disposition. It has all the charm of a muscle car with body parts to match.
Evolution has produced an amazing array of body forms. I wouldn't be surprised to find the candy cane katydid listed in the catalog under bed of nails with teeth.
Enormous spine-studded front legs snare victims, and gigantic mandibles reduce them to roadkill. The candy cane katydid is all mean machine.
The vast majority of katydids are herbivores. This guy is 100% carnivore, and he can be as aggressive as a hungry caveman.
For all its killer instincts, the candy cane comes loaded with flashy accessories. Long, super-sensitive antennae, and a colorful paint job.
Most katydids are very well camouflaged, but this guy's coloring is very showy. That indicates that he's from a family of confident killers. My advice to other bugs, approach with caution.
Most bugs that negotiate the jungle's highways and byways give the candy cane a wide berth. But this candy cane needs to fuel up fast.
The fact is, there's nothing polite in a bug's life. There's no, excuse me, oh, pardon me. Charles Darwin declared nature red in tooth and claw for a good reason.
The candy cane isn't the only carnivorous katydid cruising this rainforest. The bug-eyed katydid is a semi-transparent, turbocharged exterminator.
They're super fast and super accurate. These predatory katydids are really good killers.
Built for speed, the bug-eyed katydid is equipped with wings for flight. Pseudo-pupils stare back at foes from within huge compound eyes. Claws and gripping pads line its feet, and long spiked acrobatic limbs make for extraordinary acceleration.
The hind legs might be long and slender, but the femur is very, very strong and muscular. In addition, the femur contains a protein called resolin. Resolin is very, very elastic, and it allows the katydid to catapult very rapidly, much more effectively than using muscle power alone.
With hapless prey in its headlights, the bug-eyed katydid is ruthless. This sucking bug doesn't know what's hit it. The bug-eye's vicious mandibles chew through the victim's body like butter. But will the kill be quite so simple when this supercharged exterminator collides head-on with the monster muscle car? On one leaf, in one Central American rainforest, two katydids, a bug-eye and a candy cane, are on a collision course.
This is a truck versus a sports car. It's going to come down to who's better suited to the local road conditions.
The candy cane has needle-sharp limbs and mandibles that slice and dice. The bug-eye also has box-cutter mandibles, plus speed. Who will survive the impending wreck? Both bugs are poised to attack. The candy cane katydid moves in. The bug-eye evades, then catapults back into the action. Both katydids circle each other, looking for an advantage. The candy cane strikes again, but the bug-eye is too fast. It returns, trying to battle its opponent. But the candy cane isn't fine.
The prey capture technique of predatory katydids is very simple. Jump the target, snag them, and then go in for a brutal bite.
There are no jaws of life in this wreck. It's all over in seconds.
It was a fair fight, but the better katydid won.
Trapped in the candy cane's lethal legs, the fleet-footed bug-eye is going nowhere.
The katydid's mandibles are controlled by really large muscles, and that's why the head is so big. This allows these cutters to snip off arms, legs, anything else as efficiently as a 12-inch machete.
Debris lies scattered everywhere. The victor. Bristling with razor-sharp spikes, plated with impenetrable armor. The spiny tree cricket has all the appearance of a bare-knuckle brawler. Looks can deceive.
These huge spikes all over its body, it looks like this fully armored battle machine. But guess what? The only thing it attacks are leaves, fruit, and bark.
But if ever it finds itself in a fight, the spiny tree cricket is a formidable opponent. The armored exoskeleton is seriously tough. And its spines are numerous and inflict nasty wounds.
In any fight, the spiny tree cricket has just one intention, and that's to get away. It doesn't kill on purpose, but it can kill with those big back legs.
The spikes serve another purpose. They make the spiny tree cricket hard to spot in the foliage.
The spiny tree cricket is a master of deception. All this bumpy, spiky armor gives the cricket a very irregular appearance, so even if a predator is climbing up the tree right towards it, it may not even notice the cricket.
One rainforest creature is a master concealer. Another is quite the opposite. With its gilded head and garish bright stripes to warn off predators, the golden orb weaver is no shrinking violet. And its web is as striking and as deadly as any.
The golden orb weavers didn't get their name for nothing. Their webs truly have this beautiful gold sheen, especially in the light.
A cocktail of chemical compounds inside the orb weaver creates a silk that reflects gold in the sun's visible light spectrum. The color has a dual purpose. It blends in with the forest and attracts aerial prey for the insatiable orb weaver.
Golden orb weavers are primarily eating butterflies, katydids. The silk is so strong and the spiders are so big that they're able to successfully capture small birds.
There are other creatures in the orb weaver's web, not victims, but distant relatives. Other spiders, kleptoparasites, that live off the orb weaver's leftovers.
In the city that is a golden orb weaver's web, the kleptoparasites serve as small-scale garbage collectors, essentially. They're cleaning up the web.
The golden silk is 6 times stronger than steel and 10 times more effective than Kevlar at dissipating energy. That means when something flies into this silk, the web stays in one piece and the victim stays trapped. But never underestimate a spiny tree cricket. Its spiky legs can rip an orb weaver's soft body parts to shreds.
The spiny tree cricket may be able to deliver devastating kicks with its back legs, but if they're tangled up in something as strong and sticky as a golden orb weaver's web, this could render it completely helpless.
High in the forest, a golden web weaver is about to do battle with a master concealer who could deliver a death blow with one superpowered kick.
It might not hunt other animals, but this cricket's no puny weakling. First off, it can grow up to 3 inches in length, and its back legs are long and really powerful. So it's not going to just lay down in front of a predator and say, "Eat me."
From its forest vantage point, the spiny tree cricket flourishes its super long antennae, searching for a tasty snack. It launches itself, but into an orb weaver's web. The sticky net absorbs the cricket's energy. At the same time, it glues her feet to the silk. The orb weaver rushes down. It begins spinning a silken shroud. Multiple threads stream from her spinnerets.
Depending on how strong the prey is, she'll start to wrap it up. She's essentially mummifying the prey.
The spiny cricket lashes out with its legs. Until those legs are bound, the orb weaver is in mortal danger. A well-placed kick or a razor-sharp spine slashing her soft abdomen could be fatal.
Golden orb weaver is a solid boot from one of those spiny back legs. This could easily penetrate the exoskeleton and do some serious damage. If it hits in an unprotected area, this could be fatal.
The cricket is still alive and kicking, but to no avail. The spider sinks in her fangs. Strong venom, golden bonds. There's no escape and no future. The tree cricket is done for. The golden orb weaver begins her meal. But tonight, the queen of this golden kingdom doesn't eat alone. One of her minions moves in to help. The spiny tree cricket is, after all, a very large meal. And when you're so good at killing, you can afford to be generous with your neighbors.
So there you go. Tough legs and a tough look don't stand a chance against the world's toughest spider silk.